grab your boards. Welcome all surfers to Wavy's Atlantic Ocean. Surf, 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 baby. You wanna surf on the tidal wavy? Yeah, yeah. Twerk, baby. For certain, she moving so perfect. Surf, baby. You wanna surf on the tidal wavy? Twerk, baby. I'm loving the way that you surf it.
All my niggas, they gangbang, and all these niggas do the same thing. Counting money, living insane. Steady mobbing, let my flag hang. Told them I'm ready, I'm ready. I'm throwing them monster like Randy. I know that these niggas can't stand me, but the automatic come in handy.
Hey yo, you already know it's 18 Wavy, aka Mr. OMG. You know it's me in this Wavy's world. Salute to all the surfers. You already know about that Surfing Nation situation. So, I'm sure y'all saw from the title, you know what I'm saying? So I ain't gonna make this too long. We finally get to hear the response from the victim of the whole situation that happened at Nojumper Studios. Yeah, and I ain't gonna lie, it's pretty interesting. But before I start this clip, let me give credit where credit due. You know what I'm saying? I want to give a salute to Rich Trapper. That's the name of the YouTube channel. And this is actually his material. So I'm not gonna play the video because it's actually a video. I'm just gonna play the audio from it. Hopefully Rich Trapper don't hit me with a strike because of this, you know what I'm saying? But because I've been following this, and it's the first response I've seen from Jay Reed, I had to, you know what I mean, snatch that up and deliver it to the surfer, you know what I'm saying? Because y'all might not even know this came out yet. So at this time right now, it's like 3:30 in the morning, but I'm on it. You feel me? I'm on it. So without further ado, this one's for you.
I was real orchestrated, you know, when it comes to this. So when people talk about me moving foul or going up somewhere where I'm not wanted, that'll never happen.
Man,
I have no reason to look for anybody to do anything in a negative way. If I'm doing anything, it's always a positive note.
That's real.
And that's what being honest. And it's like, you know, I got documentation to explain, like, bro, I'd never be in that position. And if you come from where I come from, you don't do things like that because you got to be accountable for all your actions. I'm not by myself. I got a family. I got kids. I'm from somewhere. So if you a real boss and you thinking ahead of time, a real soldier, come on, man, you got to know how to lead. Because if you don't, you get your soldiers behind you hurt.
That's very true.
You know what I'm saying? So when you see me by myself as a leader, I have no fear, bro. You see what I'm saying? Is it always in the back of my mind? Of course. You know what I'm saying? At any time, if I thought it was some type of ill way, I would have never went up there, bro. I was invited.
So yeah, let's get to that. Did you? Okay, so they telling the story like you just went up there on a random day. You ain't have nothing else to do, so you just ended up at Nojumper, and it just happened to be whacking Luce Cannon in the parking lot. But from what the streets is telling me, you got text messages and all that where Luce Cannon invited you up there.
Correct. You know what I mean? So when I say, like, remind you, me and Luce Cannon have the report. I have met Wack times before this time, you know what I'm saying? But this was a more closer interaction. Before, when I have met Wack, you know, I've always, and that's why I said my respect for Wack was that way, because, you know, if he was like, you know, if you want to holler at me about some business, just be ready about your business. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you have all your stuff in order. You know what I mean? So when I'm talking about dealing with artists and all that, you know, I can't be coming half-stepping with the artists, half one, you know, some people superstars before they even, you know, drop the album yet. You know what I'm saying? That type of stuff. So I never went to him, you know what I'm saying, and asked for anything or try to do anything. And this was the closest I got because Luce Cannon was dealing with him. And I felt like that rapport that we had, you know what I'm saying, we always was cordial. I didn't see no ills in it. You know what I'm saying? So we connected. I seen him doing his thing on YouTube. I tapped in with him. He hit me right back. You know what I'm saying? And we spoke, you know what I mean? And, you know, everything I'm telling you, I could validate from him. You know what I'm saying? From everything to congratulate him when he just had his newborn.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You got pictures of me right there in Las Vegas with him and Wack at a dinner table with their wives and their family. You see what I'm saying?
Wait, hold on. Wack wife or you talking about R&B?
Well,
Because one ain't like the other, big dog.
okay, you know, R&B, man, you know, respectfully. You know what I mean? She was there, and also with Cannon, his wife. She was pregnant at the time. And Mozzie, the owner of Dodge, his wife. You know, it's well documented. We was there. We had a nice time. We talked about, you know, the connection between Dodge Network and that was really on Dodge Unlocked, which is Travis's network up under Dodge. That's what we was trying to bring the show up on. You know what I'm saying? I guess it was some agreement between, we was trying to get some together, like the exposure show, if I'm not mistaken. And, you know, and that just prolonged. And, you know, in business, you know, that could happen for multiple reasons. You know what I mean? Everybody paperwork probably wasn't even ready yet. So that's why I look at the situation like that. You know what I mean? Because that's where the discrepancies was coming from.
So prior to all this, you, Wack, Luce Cannon, and the dude from Dodge, the owner, was Mozzie. He was y'all was politicking the whole show.
Yeah.
So you not a stranger to these niggas. You not some random person off the street.
No, well, negative. Not at all.
Yeah, because they trying to paint you like a random J-Cat.
I know, and you know, I gotta clear that up because I have kids, man.
You give a lot of time to kids who ain't yours to keep them out of situations that you've been through, and I can respect that.
And that's what it was about. You know what I mean? I respected the fact that Wack has that communication with Nick Cannon and things like that, man. You know, I look up to stuff like that, you know, because these are people that paved the way. And I'm 50 years old, just got my first college degree.
That's right.
So I have a story to tell. So for me, being there is only to get my people in the right position. And you know what drives me to explain some things, because I don't have to explain anything. And you know, I'm not even upset at these men. It's just for the fact that you want to broadcast it. I don't get that, and the lies behind it. When my whole family know I was excited about these gentlemen. You see what I'm saying? They want to work with them, because it's not only something for me. You know what I mean? As African men, we want to, you know, we want to be that person to be able to bring our family about the trenches. You see what I'm saying? It hurts to see when your family ain't got it, or you can't make that phone call to get your family out. And if you got people in position, you know, I don't go nowhere with my hand out. I come up there with a nonprofit organization. You see what I'm saying? I got an entertainment company. We have the Dodge Network that was coming, and a whole bunch of other things, man. It wasn't no, I'm a random person just hanging out when I holler at Wack. What I'm gonna do that for, man? That don't make no sense. I'm not somebody that's ignorant.
So
if somebody try to play me like that, that's where we have to stop that narrative.
So what was your reasoning for? So why did Luce Cannon invite you up to No Jumper that day?
From my understanding, the day prior, which is Christmas, from my understanding, they had worked out the paperwork situation between Mozzie, Wack, Travis, and Luce Cannon and so forth. So from that point on, it's been a couple of months. So now it sounded like we was moving forward.
Okay.
But at that day, from the 25th, the address and all that stuff was put out. And I think if you get more and more word, I think Travis got that information. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't have my phone. You know what I'm saying? My original phone. So some things didn't come through, didn't sink through. But I believe Travis got that because Travis forwarded the text message to me. And so that's why I ended up on. Now, what everybody else did after that, I have no idea. The reason why I'm saying that is because if we agree upon a meeting and this is the time that we're supposed to be there, I'm going to make that time because I'm on business time. You see what I'm saying? It's the first quarter. You know what I'm saying? If we got some going in motion, it's time to get it popping. And that's where my mind frame was. My mind frame wasn't on anything, no drama. It wasn't no drama for me. So if you could see, you know what I'm saying, because I looked at the video, you know what I mean?
Yeah, so from looking at the video, all right, well, before we get into the video, because I'm trying to keep it in order.
Correct.
Why didn't you go up? Well, because you didn't think that it was hostile, so it'll make you didn't need to go up there with no homies because it wasn't an I need the homie situation. You was going up there to close a deal.
Correct. So, not only that, why go somewhere when not saying that no man can control another man. Let's start there. But I would not put my homies in a situation to where, just say for instance, that did happen like that. That this would be a whole, even if it would be a conversation at this time, the conversation could be totally different, because when you bring people into a situation like that, something bad could happen. So I'm already knowing that. That's why I walk around by myself. Now, if you want to do what you want to do to me, that's fine. As you can see, I got up and walked away. So that should let you know I got something on my side. I'm not just an ordinary person. And to my brother that was with me as well.
Now, was he really a pastor, or is that just what people are saying?
Like this, a man is a God-fearing man. He goes out and he does speak in the community. He's from out of San Bernardino. You know what I mean? He did a lot of time, so he's well known. He doesn't smoke. He doesn't drink. You see what I'm saying? He is involved in the church and involved in the community. Now, is he from somewhere? Maybe he does have a past. From I'm known it to be from Gilbert Street, which is some Bloods, if I'm not mistaken.
That's out of San Bernardino.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken.
Now, does he know Luce Cannon as well too, or he met Luce Cannon that night?
Matter of fact, I think he had the opportunity to meet Luce Cannon. One time I introduced Ice Cream Studios in downtown Los Angeles. I invited Luce Cannon, and two of the gentlemen, I think it's the white boy and the guy in the red jacket on that video, came down to the studio. We kicked it for a few. You see what I'm saying? They came in the studio, saw the session. I believe it was me, Travis, the gentleman that was there, and the runners in the studio. Yep, we had a 12-hour block that day, so you know what I mean. So this is on many occasions before this incident,
Okay, so now we're gonna get into the good part, but I just wanted to get the stage set, because the first question I wondered was, why this nigga went up there by himself with no blower or without no homies? But it makes sense because y'all have pre-existing conversations for months. It looked like y'all finna close a deal. Y'all not no little kids. These is grown men, 45 and up. You feel me? So if everything, y'all done went to dinner, y'all done met wives. It makes sense.
So yeah, that's exactly the reason. You know what I mean? There's no other way I could describe it, man. If I could tell you why did that happen the way it did, I don't know. From the looks of it, they're like, to run content. You know what I mean? But everybody is not meant to be made of content. You know what I mean? You could have, if that's what you wanted to do, or if you was upset at something about, because you can't even say you upset at me about something, because what you're saying is that you don't know me. And that's just crazy. So you want to tell me that nigga twin brother or something? You know what I'm saying? That you know what I mean? I don't know. Somebody tell me something.
What was the conversation like before? So we get to the point where. Well, let me ask you this question: did Adam 22 know you was in there?
Well, when I got to the, because you can see when I show you after we get off, right? You can see the messages. I'm letting them know I just pulled up, but as I'm walking up, Adam is walking out the door as well.
Okay.
So Adam in, I thought, hey, what's up with it, Jay Reed? Because I'm one of them people, man. I don't go nowhere and I don't introduce myself.
Yeah, that's hospitality. You don't walk in nobody's house and not speak.
Correct. So I'm gonna tell you how this play out. So I talked to him. I even mentioned a few people that I know that's been up there. Tiny Gun is somebody I'm familiar with. Lupe, my boy.
Shout out to my bro Tiny Gun. That's my nigga. Shout out to Tiny Gun.
For sure. You know what I mean? These well documented people I've been dealing with. So when it comes to worried about what neighborhood a person from, I have no, bro. I did a lot of time in the pen, and me being from the system. Prison system, man, nobody jump on nobody like that, bro. If you want a fair one, get a fair one. And that's what tripped me out, because I'm looking at the phone, because we talking about a spreadsheet now.
Yeah, so that's another thing. What was the conversation like leading up to it? Now that we got it clear that obviously Adam 22 didn't have nothing to do with this and all that, because the world gonna want to know what did Adam did or what he didn't know. So we can make it clear that Adam 22 didn't have nothing to do with nothing. Bro was just really doing his job.
But you know, I'm gonna always put it like that because you know I'm a person from the streets. Now, directly knowing or indirectly, does it matter? Because for one, if somebody is at my facility at the Deuce District Recording Studio, guess what my number one job is? To make sure everybody get home safely.
Facts.
Let's start there. We can miss. Nobody's a kid right here, bro. Everybody's adults. If you mess around, that's just like me being at your house, and I got proof behind what I'm talking about. In life tragedies, when somebody do something at your facility, bro, you are the motherfucker that people is coming to. Period. Now, did he know? I don't know. I can't say that. You know what I'm saying? Would he have wanted something like that to happen? I don't know. But one thing I can say, man, you got to be able to, you know, be able to step up forward and maybe acknowledge it. And check it out. As I go in, as Adam walks out, bro, you know what I'm saying? I'm thinking about standing there, you know, because I was told to stand outside, you know, and I was like, you know, that's cool for a minute because you know, he was like, man, the show already over. And so I was under the impression that we was going on there to introduce the venture between Dodge Network and Expose. This, you know, this
is the conversation you had between you and Luce Cannon at the moment, right before he sucker punched you.
Well, before that, what he was talking about was subscribers, right? Now, I do music, so I was trying to get familiar with the subs. What's the meaning of subs? Now, you know, they had, you know, I give them props for that because they was, you know, Wack was always explaining to me what the subs was, you know, and how some people could alter subs, you know what I mean? And so that was a topic about Dodge Network having 80K subs. Now, how can you have 80K subs? Which I also agree. How can you have 80K subs on the station and you don't have no shows? You see what I'm saying? I know, nigga, when I want to watch Luce or my girl want to watch Baddies or something, you know, we pay no subscriptions. Sometimes we do, sometimes we don't. Sometimes we watching it off somebody else shit. Sometimes we not. So that means that number will either fluctuate or, you know what I'm saying, by a lot or a little. So that number might not be that number. So from my understanding, that's what they was trying to get a look into. And on the flip side, to make it more accurate, I felt like somebody on the other side didn't feel like they needed to open up their books.
What you mean? Which way? Hold on. So Wack and Luce Cannon didn't want to open up their books?
No, Mozzie
didn't want to open up his books.
Yeah, about why the phone wanted to see, you know, about what the network was making. But even for me, I understood, because how can we negotiate deals if we don't have, you know, the right understanding? But that's neither here nor there when we're talking about an incident, because that has nothing to do with me. I don't run Dodge Network. You see what I'm saying? So I have no answers for that. So if you see me looking for in that conversation, that's what Luce Cannon is talking to me about. You see what I'm saying? And so I'm kind of confused, like, okay, why are we talking about that? And at that moment, that's when the next gentleman was called over there. So you see me looking at the phone.
Is that the dude who had that red cookies jacket on?
No. At that time, I think I'm looking at Wack's phone. I'm not sure. I'm looking at somebody's phone.
Okay.
And as I was looking at the phone, as I'm looking at the phone, you know, they trying to explain to me about, you know, this ain't a spreadsheet. This is more like a bank account. And so, you know, I'm looking at it, and next thing you know, boom, bow, bing. Just like that. So I'm confused all the way around. You know, and that's all I can say about it. You know, I'm not, you know, like I said, I don't have no ill feels. You know what I'm saying? I just, you know, it just doesn't make any sense.
So wait, so you didn't say nothing to him. There was no argument. There was no back and forth. Y'all talking about spreadsheets and numbers, and he just fired on you.
Yep.
Like no nothing. Like you ain't even like breathe wrong. No nothing. He just fired on you. Hey, you know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, it has to be they setting you up for content, because why is there a camera already rolling?
Man, I feel like this, and that's what tripped me out, because it's a white girl filming.
A white girl?
And for me to get jumped on like that, man, niggas ain't out here getting after these foul police. You know what I'm saying? As we sitting here watching niggas get killed right in our face. But for people to sit here and parade and want to show that on network like this is the thing to do, that's where it confuses me, and that's why I have to speak up. Because not only that, man, I'm grown. You know, my kids is hurt behind that. I would never do that to another man. The things that people do, it only has to be for content. Because these type of games is very dangerous. I tell a person off top, you ain't got to worry about me. It's my loved ones, my family members, the people that I know I done gave my heart to and still do.
Yeah, because bro done whipped the blower out on you and all kind of shit.
And you know, and that alone, you want to put that on camera?
Yeah, and that dummy already got a fucking active warrant for beating up the bitch.
Like, see, you know, I don't know nothing about that because I don't even dig into people's lives. Like, I don't get into that on the table. I'm not in no. You don't see my. For one, man, my hands is in my jacket if I'm not mistaken. It was cold out there. For one, so I ain't really tripping. I'm just trying to listen to the conversation. And at some point, I started thinking like, okay, what's the purpose to it? But at that time, it's already too late.
So, let me ask you this question: do you plan on suing No Jumper, or you plan on suing Wack or Luce Cannon or Dosh or whoever?
You know, like I said before, man, some things I just can't and don't want to touch and don't want to talk about. You know what I'm saying? Due to things that's going on. Like I said, I didn't bring the situation up. I am the one that put this on all over social media. So, you know what I mean? Some things just better left unsaid. You know what I mean? So, you know, sometimes you gotta think in life, man, you know, ask yourself, what would y'all do? You know, I'm not saying that what I'm doing or nothing like that. I'm just saying though, make it make sense. You know, even to the individual, sometimes you gotta think about that. It has nothing to do about being street, being tough, nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, like I said, some things I just won't talk about, brother. I was instructed not to.
That's a good ass answer.
All right, so now things got interesting, right? I'm not going to go into the whole breakdown of the whole video because I actually want to leave a lot of this up to the audience. You know what I mean? Go downstairs, hit downstairs. I want y'all to put two and two together. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to break it all down. All I'm going to say is right now, he basically saying the same thing that I was saying, which the general public was mostly saying in my first video. This might have been a full setup, which would be great. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you do that at your place of business. You know what I'm saying? You know, the second video, Luce Cannon and Wack said what they said, and they basically said, "Oh boy, came up there, looking for what he ended up getting." So now that we have all parties involved speaking their piece, the only thing there is for the proof of the messages that Jay Reed said he had for those to come out. You know what I'm saying? Because if Jay Reed do show proof that he is telling the truth about speaking to Luce Cannon and everything, and of course everything else he said, because I ain't gonna lie, he said a lot of people's names. So his side is looking more credible, but me, I don't trust nobody. I'm gonna keep it real. You could be the most sincere person on this planet. Like I said before, I'm paranoid. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't fear nothing. It's gonna be what it is, but I'm paranoid, and my paranoia keep me super on point. So it's hard to pull something over me. But I will say out of all parties involved right now, his situation and the way he break it down sounds very sincere. I must admit. So with that being said, he said a lot of people names that give room for people to come out and be like, that's some BS. I ain't had nothing to do with it because he said some names. You know what I'm saying? So let me know how y'all feel. Oh, and another thing, the lawsuit did get brought up, but he didn't elaborate on it. So that's another thing for y'all to, I know what I'm thinking, but I'm not even going to speak on that either. You know what I'm saying? He said thing about Allen 22, which I didn't think Al 22 had anything to do with anything, but he got certain feelings with that. And y'all could go catch the full interview because, of course, there's more. I'm not going to snatch Rich Trapper's his whole interview. I'm not going to do him dirty like that. You know what I'm saying? So there's definitely more. You feel me? So y'all could definitely go over to Rich Trapper, you know what I'm saying? And go check that whole interview out. Pretty interesting, you feel me? But I'm gonna get on out of here. You already know I'm that stuttering mother uffer. I don't even think I even stuttered this much during this video. But yeah, you know, I be hitting my Porky Pig. I don't care what none of y'all niggas think. It is what it is. You feel me? And also, it's 18 Wavy, aka Mr. OMG, and you know it's me. In this Wavy's world. Salute to all the surfers. You already know. I appreciate every last one of y'all for pulling up. All likes, comments, subscriptions. You know what I'm saying? Subscribers. There we go. Oh, there we go. You know, I appreciate all of that. And to all you that be down there commenting and talking that, you know I'm going to tell you to eat a dizzick. I might say something else with it. But you definitely go on GPS that dizzick so you can eat that dizzick. You smell me? I'm just keeping it real. So I'm out of here, man.